Today, we're diving into the world of retro cars with a fun and challenging quiz. From legendary muscle cars to elegant European classics, we've got some of the most iconic vehicles lined up for you to guess.
Maserati Ghibli, 1967 to 1973. Porsche 911 Carrera RS, 1972, 1973. Datsun 240Z, 1969 to 1973. Buick Riviera, 1963, 1999. Maserati Ghibli, 1967 to 1973. Jaguar XJ6, 1968 to 1992. BMW 2002. Turbo, 1973, 1974. Oldsmobile 442, 1964 to 1972. Lincoln Continental Mark IV, 1972, 1976. Oldsmobile 442, 1964 to 1972. Volkswagen Beetle, 1938-2003. Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, 1969-1981. Chevrolet Chevelle SS, 1964 to 1973. Hudson Hornet, 1951 to 1954. Hudson Hornet, 1951 to 1954. Shelby Daytona Coupe, 1964 to 1965. AMC Javelin, 1968 to 1974. Hudson Commodore, 1941 to 1952. Packard Caribbean, 1953 to 1956. AMC Javelin, 1968 to 1974.
Think you can recognize car brands just by their logos? Test your skills as we show you some famous and tricky designs from automakers around the world.
Chrysler Newport, 1940-1981. Pontiac Grand Prix, 1962-2008. Dodge Dart Swinger, 1969 to 1976. Bentley S2 Continental, 1959 to 1962. Bentley S2 Continental, 1959 to 1962. Volkswagen Karmann Ghia, 1955-1974. Jaguar XJ6, 1968 to 1992. Saab 900 Turbo, 1978 to 1993. Porsche 911 Carrera RS, 1972-1973. Saab 900 Turbo, 1978 to 1993. Shelby Cobra, 1962-1967. DeSoto Custom, 1939 to 1952. Shelby Daytona Coupe, 1964 to 1965. Jeep Willys MB, 1941 to 1945. Shelby Cobra, 1962-1967. Chevrolet Bel Air, 1950-1981. Citroën DS, 1955-1975. Dodge Coronet, 1949-1976. Cadillac Eldorado, 1953-2002. Chevrolet Bel Air, 1950-1981. Cadillac Series 62, 1940 to 1964. Lincoln Mark IV, 1972 to 1976. Pontiac Bonneville, 1957-2005. Chrysler New Yorker, 1939 to 1996. Chrysler New Yorker, 1939 to 1996. Plymouth Roadrunner, 1968 to 1980. Oldsmobile Cutlass, 1961 to 1999. Lincoln Zephyr, 1936 to 1942. Studebaker Commander, 1927 to 1966. Lincoln Zephyr, 1936 to 1942.
Think you can recognize car brands just by their logos? Test your skills as we show you some famous and tricky designs from automakers around the world.
Hudson Commodore, 1941 and 1952. DeSoto Firedome, 1952 and 1959. Chevrolet Corvette C1, 1953 and 1962. Aston Martin DB5, 1963 and 1965. Hudson Commodore, 1941 and 1952. Studebaker Avanti, 1962-1963. Toyota 2000 GT, 1967-1970. Chrysler 300 letter series, 1955 to 1965. Volvo P1800, 1961 to 1973. Toyota 2000 GT, 1967-1970.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another quiz or deep dive into classic car legends. We'd love to hear from you. What was your favorite retro car from today's episode? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.